While you're working on a big job such as clearing or felling, it's common for the chain on your chainsaw to become blunt and unusable over time. On request, Hirepool can provide a replacement chain for your chainsaw when hiring. You will know you need to replace the chain when you notice the saw is no longer efficiently cutting through the wood, or when the teeth on the chain become rounded. Today, we're going to cover how to change the chain on a chainsaw using a Husqvarna model. But as we also carry steel chainsaws at Hirepool, we will be pointing out the differences along the way on either brands. Before you begin, it's always important to wear thick gloves when handling a chain, even if the chain is blunt. We also recommend wearing safety glasses and ensuring the motor is switched off before changing the chain. The first step is to disengage the chain brake. A chainsaw's brake is sometimes attached to the guide bar side plate, which is most commonly done on the Husqvarna used here. If you were to remove the side plate with the brake engaged, it will become very difficult to put the cover back on the machine. Unscrew the nuts holding the cover to the engine with a socket wrench. You can also use the combination wrench that Hirepool supplies with the saw. Then remove the cover to access the chain. Some chainsaws may have toolless tensioning. To access the chain, simply lift the handle and turn counterclockwise to loosen and remove the clutch cover. Loosen the tensioning screw on the engine body. Typically, it's on the opposite side of the bar from the cover, or can sit between the two bar nut placements. Turn it counterclockwise as far as it will go, and then when there is enough slack in the chain, lift the chain off the sprocket and bar. Before threading the new chain on the guide bar, ensure the chain is facing the right way. It is possible to put the chain on backwards, which means the saw will not cut through the wood. To put the chain on the correct way, check the tooth on the chain and make sure the sharp side of the tooth is pointing away from the chainsaw when you're looking down. Fit the chain first into the drive sprocket. On a Husqvarna, the chain sprocket will sit behind the clutch, so it's a little hard to see. The same principle to threading the chain can be used on a still, however, the chain sprocket instead sits in front of the clutch. Carefully lay the drive links of the chain into the groove of the guide bar until the chain is sitting in. Once the chain is in place, then you can take the side cover and place it back on the body and tighten up the bar nuts so they're about half a turn loose or they're finger tight. Now, it's time to tension the chain. Hold up the bar tip as most of the cutting is on the underside of your bar. Then, take the bar spanner and place it into the adjuster peg. Tighten the chain until the slack is taken up and it appears to be sitting snug while holding the bar tip up. The chain is correctly tensioned when it does not sag from the underside of the bar. Then simply tighten the bar nuts. Turn the chain over by using the combi spanner to ensure the chain is not so tight that it can't turn freely, but can still be turned easily by hand. And you're good to go. As you cut with your chainsaw, regardless of how tight the bar nuts are tightened, the chain will still lose tension. This needs to be checked and retensioned as you cut until the chain is run in. In summary, here are the key points to remember about changing a chain on a chainsaw. Ensure you have thick gloves before handling the chain. Double check that the chain brake is off before removing the side bar cover. Ensure you fit the chain on the right way with the cutting face of the tooth pointing away from the chainsaw. Once the cover is refitted on the saw, turn the chain adjuster peg to finish tensioning the chain and tighten the bar nuts. When using a new chain, the chain tension has to be checked frequently until the chain is run in. A correctly tensioned chain ensures good performance of the chainsaw. So there you go. There is a step-by-step guide on how to change a chain on a chainsaw to ensure that you always get the best out of your chainsaw hire. If you'd like more information, our friendly Hirepool staff will be happy to answer any of your questions. Hirepool, the smarter hire.